Union Omaha and New England Revolution 2 began their inaugural League One seasons against each other on July 25th. After that scoreless draw, their campaigns took two very different paths, and tonight at Werner Park, the Owls have a chance to swoop back into second against the dangerous Revs 2 side. Glad you could join us this evening. Joe Malfa here with you on ESPN Plus from Omaha, Nebraska, where Union Omaha is in uncharted territory as we take a look at the League One standings. Notice the 1 in the loss column for the Owls. They are coming off a loss for the first time in franchise history. That includes preseason matches against MLS and USL championship squads. A chance to rebound tonight against last place New England after losing 2-0 on the road against Chattanooga on Tuesday. It was a game that Jay Mims wasn't really disappointed in the performance. Felt they played well defensively. Just a couple of lapses led to 2 goals. They had the better of the chances offensively, but they didn't capitalize. So there's really not much he wanted to change out of this group on this evening in Omaha. It's just a matter of executing and getting back to their brand of soccer that led them on that unbeaten streak to start the year. On the flip side for New England Revolution 2, kind of the same. They're on a 4-game losing streak, coming off a performance again in which they didn't feel they played poorly. Clint P.A. thought they should have gotten a result. Breaks didn't go their way. They didn't convert, so you're noticing a theme. Both of these teams are playing really good soccer. One team has converted and got the results. That's Union Omaha. New England has not converted, has not gotten the results. And for Omaha, it's not one man either. 9 different goal scorers this season. Only 2 players have multiple goals, Ethan Vanacore-Decker and Evan Conway. So they're getting it from everybody. Everybody pitching in to help this team get to where they are in the table. They got their first taste of losing. They didn't like it. Jay Mims and crew are looking for redemption this evening, while Clint P.A. and the upset-minded Revolution are looking to deal the Owls their first home loss of the season. Catch the action after this break right here on ESPN+.
I'm actually the first person in my whole entire family, teenagers, adults, kids, grandparents, that's gotten my bachelor's degree. It was 16 hours to Missouri, and then we picked up my dad and my brother, and then it was another 5 hours here. I didn't get a walk for high school. Everyone else gets that opportunity, so when it came to this, I was like, I don't care how far it is away.
Tonight, we would like to welcome our Centris Federal Credit Union ball kids. If you would like to enter your child to be a ball kid, please visit unionomaha.com/community. Hey fans, we would like to thank these awesome restaurants here in the Omaha Metro for providing team meals to our players during the 2020 season. 1912 Benson Brewery, Early Bird Brunch, El Chicano, Epoca Cantina, Chick-fil-A Bellevue, Raising Cane's, and the Corner Kick. We appreciate your support and the team meals during our 2020 season. Players, referees out on the field at Werner Park tonight for the action between Union Omaha and New England Revolution 2. Joe Malfa here with you in the booth, and we will take a look at the starting lineups tonight presented by Rotella's Italian Bakery with a look at the home side first. Union Omaha, one change sticks out. Other than that, the rest of the lineup, they're sticking to what they've done all year, and that's Ilal Osumanu on the left side now with Auni and Kroll sliding into the middle because Dami Villader suffered an injury on that left side. So that's the only really new wrinkle in the lineup for Union Omaha. On the flip side, for New England Revolution 2, again, presented by Rotella's Italian Bakery, they stick with pretty much the same lineup they went with in the desert against Tucson on Wednesday. They opt for some more height in there by getting Verfurth back at center back and moving Mendonça to left wing, sending Tico Rivera to the bench. The United Soccer League, all 47 championship and League One clubs and its players stand together in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. Please join us for a 15-second moment of silence as we are all united against racism.
Thank you.
A powerful moment from the Omaha and New England sides as the players meet at midfield. Take a look at the injury report presented by Young Chiropractic. Union Omaha sends Dami Villader is out tonight. Mentioned that he got hurt in the Chattanooga match this week. For New England Revolution 2, a trio of injuries: LeCresner, Ramirez, and Anking. With that, the teams will go to their respective sides and get set to kick this one off. Another socially distanced sellout at Warner Park as Clint P.A. and Jay Mims greet on the end line. Both coaches coming off losses in the midweek. Tuesday loss on the road against Chattanooga for Omaha. Wednesday loss in the desert for New England Revolution 2. But again, both sides, as I mentioned in the open, really happy with their performances overall, just didn't get the finishes they had hoped for, didn't convert when they had their opportunities. Both sides the better in their two losses, but it comes down to conversions. Which team will convert more tonight? Omaha in the all blacks going from right to left. New England white tops, blue bottoms from left to right. John Freeman is about to get us underway with the whistle here from Warner Park. Thiago Mendonça takes a loose ball immediately. And New England tries to push forward with pace quickly. Omaha on their heels, sent into the middle, just out of the reach of Justin Renix. New England, not a team that can be taken lightly or slept on just because they are at the bottom of the table right now. Their lone win came against first place Greenville Triumph. They already have a draw under their belts against Union Omaha. They have a draw 3-3 on the road against North Texas. It's a team that has been in most of their games this season. Very competitive, a lot of speed, a lot of technical ability. And they have a chance tonight on this smaller field to really let that technical ability shine. They may not be able to set into their normal possession game as they typically do, though. They're having a good time of it now before the challenge from David. But they can use the speed they have up top and on the wings and rely on Justin Renix to pluck one and find the back of the net past Rashid Nuhu, playing his second game with Revolution 2 this season. After spending the early parts of the year with the MLS New England Revolution side in the bubble in Orlando, and then with them at the start of their regular season. Light touch from Osumanu. Giveaway. Firmino against Nuhu, but Firmino copied Osumanu with a bad touch of his own. Opportunity squandered by Revs 2. Something that Clint P.A. spoke about this week as we take a look at the replay. Have to keep pressure on the back lines in such a small park. You never know when you're going to come up with an opportunity because of a defensive mistake by the other team. And also wanted to be wary of his own team making those defensive mistakes. They've done so this year on a few occasions. And have to be all the more careful on the smaller field. Nuhu sends it down the right side, and Four flicks it on. Devin Boyce flicks forward to Ethan Vanacore-Decker. John Bell sends it out. Center back pairing back together today for New England Revolution 2, John Bell and Colin Verfurth. Verfurth nursing some tired legs, slight tweak of an injury, which led to Tiago Mendonça, who you just saw there on your screen, dropping back to the center back role on Wednesday night. Verfurth was available on the bench if needed, but he's back out there tonight. Mendonça heads it away. He's back in his midfield role tonight. Jake Kroll can't save this one. Ryan Spalding came in as a sub Wednesday night, gets the start tonight ahead of Diego Souza. Continues his run down the left flank, but doesn't get the return pass. So far, it looks like Kroll is further out on the left than Osumanu. Osumanu came in on the left side when Villader got hurt on Tuesday. But both of those guys capable of playing inside or outside on the back line. Bell calmly goes back. Rice, his first taste of that top line pressure from Omaha, has to boot it quickly and gives away possession. Heavy collision there. Shouts from the crowd. But no call from John Freeman. Rice under pressure again, but looking like a central forward there. The confidence to touch it back past Vanacore-Decker. Hausworth takes a spill as Spalding comes crashing in. Jay Mims might have held his breath there. It was a similar collision like that that led to Dami Villader breaking a couple of ribs against Chattanooga. He mentioned it this week in a social media post, did Dami Villader, that his prognosis is better than initially believed, and he hopes to be back out there very soon for Union Omaha. The Owls will miss him. In the meantime, though, leads the team in chances created with 17 on the season, even ahead of the likes of Ethan Vanacore-Decker, who leads the team in both goals and assists. Shows just how vital the Spanish left back is for Union Omaha, but they carry on without him for the time being. Vanacore-Decker springs forward on the left side, has Kroll. Numbers forward for Omaha. It's Vanacore-Decker. Overlapping run beyond Kroll. Vanacore-Decker gets it back, sends it in, and Four on the doorstep. Sends it over to the outfield, into the Omaha Parliament, instead of into the net. First really dangerous opportunity of the night, and it just shows what Vanacore-Decker can provide going forward. Elma Enfor is going to want to have that one back. Justin Rennick settles the ball for the first time. Clint P.A. said there were some moments when Rennick and Sinclair were a bit confused as far as positioning on Wednesday night, their first time playing together, with Rennick in that central forward role and Sinclair going out wide for the first time this year after he had occupied that central forward role through each of the first 7 matches. But both players began to get a comfort level as the game went on. Chances came in the second half. And with time, Clint P.A. believes that duo can be very dangerous for Revs 2. And on the smaller field as well, with their individual abilities, they don't necessarily have to link up. They can just have something fall to them and make the most of it. Particularly Rennick. He's begun to garner a reputation as quite the poacher. Scored a goal in the round of 16 against France in the 2019 U20 World Cup for the United States. Between his college days, his USL Championship days, his time with the international squad, he has had an knack for finding that ball in front of the goal and putting it home. Perfect opportunity on a smaller pitch to do something like that tonight. Would acquit himself well to his new teammates as well. Not new teammates, they know each other. He's been with Revs 2 in the past through the academy. But just his second game with the side this year after spending the early portions of the season with the MLS side under Bruce Arena. Presley deflects that one out. He had a really busy game on Wednesday night against FC Tucson. Seemed to be a concerted effort to get him the ball more down that right side. Maciel can't thread the needle to Renix. Tyler David gets it out wide. Sinclair sends Renix on a run, using his speed, gets into it with Auni. In the box, on his right foot, shot blocked by Auni. Seemed to be a shout of handball from New England, but it looked like Auni caught it cleanly.
Leave it, Connor, leave it. Renix, you're good, stay. Just get behind here, Renix.
There wasn't much there. Sinclair just sent Renix on a run, and they made the most of it. It just shows how dangerous those two can be together as soon as they start gaining more familiarity with each other. While Renix does have some previous exposure to a lot of the players in this Revs 2 side. None to Sinclair, the loanee from Deportivo Saprissa in Costa Rica. Nice bit of interchange there between Contreras and Kroll as they attack again on the left side. And Decker has a man to his right, uses him. Working on Spalding. Possession given away there by Conway. Gets it back to Vanacore Decker. Spalding blocks it. Another chance at a throw for Omaha. Any opportunity they get here, they attempt the long throw-in. Keep the goalkeepers and center backs for the opposition on their toes in a dangerous area. Top of the 6-yard box. Like a right fielder making the throw to third base. Auni, by that right field wall, gets it into the middle of the box. Dangerous area. Vanacore Decker corrals it. Kroll has an opportunity to shoot. Crosses it instead. Rice snatches it out of the air. Good rollout from Rice. Sinclair on the counter. Threaded through to Renix. In the box on Nuhu. Justin Renix, first goal for New England Revolution 2. While the Omaha back line looks around, wanted the flag, they didn't get it. But what they did get is a 1-0 deficit, courtesy of Justin Renix. The 22-year-old came up through the Revolution Academy, went to Indiana, found his way into this Revs 2 side now, needed some minutes, making the most of the first 10 minutes here against Union Omaha. And for the first time this season, Union Omaha faces a deficit at home. Omaha looking to respond to their first loss of the season. How do they respond to going down at home for the first time this year? It's curious to see how both of these teams would come out in the first quarter hour tonight, having both played midweek games. Not sure what that would do to the legs and fatigue. They both played midweek, so it should be on equal footing in terms of that. Clint P.A. looks on as his team has a lead. They have not scored first often this season. Flicked on to Presley. Flag stays down again. Can't get it past Osumanu. Now a late acknowledgement of a late flag from John Freeman. Omaha wondering where that might have been on the first goal. But it looked like Renix timed his run perfectly. Clint PA said they had opportunities against Tucson, but they didn't convert. First really good chance they had tonight, they converted, so they answered the bell.
Cut it back. Hey, look up for late runners, trailing runners. All right? Similar scenario. Counter drop with them. Counter drop with them. Sorry for the delay.
Launch forward to N4. Flag goes up. This Omaha side did a really good job early in the year of scoring first, battling back. But lately, they have been on the back foot early in matches. Conceded twice in the first half hour against Tormenta, battled back to draw 2-2. Conceded twice against Chattanooga, lost 2-0, the first of those goals coming in the first half. Now they concede first again early. New England was trying to make it 2, but Nuhu secure at his front post. Omaha Parliament serenading Jay Mims, first-year head coach for the Owls. There is the man they are singing about. 20th season as a coach overall. First as a professional head coach. Spent time with Real Monarchs, their USL side and their academy. After being the man in charge of Nebraska Omaha's collegiate program for 9 years. Saw that thing from the ground up, literally. They founded it. He was their first head coach, and he was their head coach until he left to pursue professional opportunities. Turned them from a program that didn't exist into a program that was a perennial NCAA tournament squad. Presley delivers, backside, headed on by Bell, and all Nuhu could do was watch and pray that that one went over the bar. He was frozen, but it ends up on the top of the net. New England Revolution, too, have been on the doorstep all night. They've converted once. They could have had a couple of more. Jay Mims spoke about not taking this game lightly, and it's been a recurring theme in conversations with coaches ahead of New England games this season. Just because they're in last doesn't mean they are a poor side. They are in every game. They're very tough to beat. And they're starting to get things moving in the right direction. Very dangerous players up top. They add Justin Renix to the equation. And it's not just Coach Speak trying to downplay a game against the last place team. They are a very strong side under Clint PA, and it's showing. At least it is in the first quarter hour against Omaha as they press forward again through Renix. Sends up to Firmino, but the flag goes up. Wondered how they might adjust to the smaller field. They're a team that likes to play wide, break lines when they go forward. But they seem to be having no issues with the smaller pitch. Heavy challenge by Boyce. No call. Manicourt Decker tries to make the most of it. Goes up to Kroll. Presley puts in a good challenge to knock that one away. Another long throw incoming here from Omaha. Players gather at the front post. Now Manicourt Decker checks to the top of the box. They don't go as long as they usually do. Back to Kroll for the cross and for second opportunity around the 6 for a header. Second time he's missed the target. Good ball in from Kroll. Ford just couldn't snap the head around in time. Hasn't taken long for the Parliament to get behind this team. Not every team in the league able to have fans at their parks. Some have been able to have them with proper protocols in place. It's been great to see the Parliament out here for Union Omaha in their inaugural season, bringing the noise, really supporting this team, generating a buzz around the town. Watch parties each week in case fans can't make it out to the games, and watch parties especially when they're on the road. Did not take long for this community to embrace this team. When you start 4-0-4, it drums up enough excitement as well. Broke the record for best start to a USL League One season in terms of matches unbeaten. They're coming off of a loss, and they're down 1-0 in the first 20 minutes against New England Revolution 2. Last couple of minutes, they've begun to take possession and keep New England on their heels. Houseworth. Can't get past Spalding. Good to come off of last. Doesn't matter, Bell saves it just in time. John Freeman blowing the whistle to hold something up. I believe there was another ball on the field, but now Spalding gets the whistle to get it back into play. Header won by Tyler David. Second ball won by Tiago Mendonça. Nice cut back on Contreras. Good vision to switch it to Quinones in space. The 17-year-old threads it through, but too far for Firmino. And Nuhu springs it quickly the other way. Vandercourt Decker in space. Does not have numbers. Goes at Quinones. Waits for help. Out wide to Kroll. Another cross in from Kroll. Backside headed away by Spalding. End-to-end action. This game opening up. Four put some pressure on Verfurth. That's one thing we haven't really seen so far from New England, playing around the back. Clint PA mentioned that it was something they would be careful of. They've seen on film Omaha give other teams fits when they try to play around the back, especially through the goalkeepers. Omaha themselves, despite being more familiar with this field than their opponents, have had trouble playing around the back. New England has done that often this year, where they try to swing it around the back and spring the attack from the wings, but based on the film review, it seems like a concerted effort for Clint PA and crew to avoid that, avoid putting themselves under pressure. Contreras. Good idea. Not enough on that switch out to Conway. On Tuesday at noon at Chattanooga, Omaha had 12 shots, 2 on target. Created more chances of the two sides, but just couldn't convert. More of that here in the first 20 minutes. Elma N4, 2 golden opportunities, 6-yard box on really good crosses from Vandercourt Decker and Kroll. After he missed the first, Revs 2 came down and scored. Kroll down the wing again. Contreras cuts it back, switching over to the left side. Had been on the right side at the start. Working on Presley, gets it to his right foot, sends it backside. Conway can't get a good head to it. And now Contreras wisely just takes down Firmino to prevent the transition attack. Veteran move there from the eldest statesman in this Omaha squad. 30-year-old from Argentina. His 9th team since 2012. Spent last year with El Paso Locomotive in USL Championship. 2 goals, 5 assists in 32 appearances. Players on this Omaha side look up to him. Something Jay Mims brought up in one of our conversations. That this team is a very young team overall, and Contreras just brings something else to the equation. Has a wife, has a kid, well-traveled. And they need to rely on his leadership and calming presence now. They're in some trouble. Coming off their first loss, now down a goal. And the foul here goes against Luke Hausworth on the replay. Contreras very crafty in the midfield. As you saw in that last run he made down the left side. Able to do some dangerous things in tight spaces. Chested on by Renix, flicked on by Firmino. Presley battles Alney. And the center back wins. Volley on from Boyce. Well done by Bell to cut it out. And Ford gathers the second ball. Gets it out to Conway, working on Spalding on his right foot. 2 goals on the season. Before he could get a shot off, though, cleared out for a corner kick. Corner kick presented by CHI Health, the first of the evening for Union Omaha. Take another look at the replay. Good vision from N4 to find Conway out there in space. A little bit of a heavy touch past Spalding. Verfurth not taking any chances. Leader on this team in clearances now with 39. Corner whipped in. Headed away by Mendonça. Contreras on the service there. Didn't get it elevated past that first line of defense. Normally see Tico Rivera in the lineup for Revs 2. Crafty midfielder, but comes out tonight for Mendonça. But PA wanted to get some more height out there for precisely these scenarios, knowing there would be a lot of long throws into the box, and we've already seen Mendonça clear away a couple of them. Freeman will have a bit of a word here between N4 and Quinones. Long throw comes in again. N4 can't get ahead to it. Mendonça there again. And a handball goes against the Owls. So far, Mendonça rewarding Clint PA for that decision. Starting over Rivera. He's gotten his header away on multiple clearances. A few moments away from the first half hydration break. It's been a recurring theme around the league where we've seen teams either score or concede heading into that hydration break, as teams sort of let their guard down knowing that break is coming. Let's see if we have any fireworks here before we get into that break. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is the official ball supplier of USL League One and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit www.selectsportamerica.com. Foul by Mendonça, as Conway tried to turn on him in the middle. Kroll again pushes forward on the left side, gets the ball in again, and Verfurth clears again. Seen that a couple of times tonight. He's been having a lot of space on that left side, Kroll. It seems clear that he is the designated replacement for Dami Villader as opposed to Ilal Osumanu, who has been more central so far this evening. Clint PA set goals for Renix as he came into this side, and that was to get on the score sheet every game, whether it's an assist or a goal. Check that box so far. As we're nearing the hydration break, the difference right now, the goal from Renix. And a chance here on a set piece coming for the Owls. Take another look at this one. Conway got past Spalding. All Spalding could do was take him down. Seemed surprised at the call, but he got his arm into the chest of Conway to thwart the attack. Jake Kroll stands over it. Tyler David, always dangerous in the air. Number 6, top of the box. Sent in by Kroll. Backside, Conway waiting for it. Bell heads it away. Quinones can't cleanly clear it. It's ricocheted off his knee, but got it out to safety on the sideline. Conway and Contreras in a tight spot. Presley wins it for New England. Quinones knocks it out for another throw. Hydration break coming at any of the next couple of stoppages. Seems like Freeman's going to let this one go since Omaha has the numbers committed forward. Don't want to take the advantage away from them. Vanacore Decker in space on his left foot. Wide. It's going to actually stay in on the backside for Conway. Opportunity still alive for the Owls. Conway sends it in. Headed away by Quinones. Felt the growing sense of the Revolution's goal coming when it did. A couple of chances in the box. Now maybe getting that same feeling for the Owls. They've been in the box now and around the box for a few minutes, just waiting to cash in on an opportunity. Presley sends that back toward his own goal. Don't think that was the intent, but Quinones there to help him out. No second thoughts from Rice on that one, with N4 barreling down on him. Heavy touch from Vanacore Decker. Presley wins his second ball. Still on it. Spalding on his left side. Into Presley. Oh, and he clears it. Spalding and Presley work together. Now it's out for a goal kick, and that will take us to our first half hydration break, brought to you by Nebraska Medicine. And in this hydration break, we want to tell you a bit of a story here about Ethan Vanacore Decker, Union Omaha star this season. The game is quite literally in his blood. Vanacore Decker is a 7th-generation professional soccer player, and according to soccer historians, this is the only known lineage that features as many as 7 generations of professionals. Ed Decker, Ethan's father, was kind enough to share all of these photos with us of the many players that played professionally in this family tree. There's enough content to fill a multi-part docuseries, but the most renowned member of the lineage is 3rd-generation player Davey Brown, who was inducted into the National Soccer Hall of Fame in 1951. Brown scored 165 goals in 213 games for the New York Giants in the late 1920s, earned a spot on the 1930 World Cup squad, which saw the United States finish third, but he did not compete due to injury. Brown played during a time in which Babe Ruth was dominating baseball, which led Brown to being dubbed the Babe Ruth of soccer, and he is regarded as one of the greatest goal scorers of all time. Now, that second to last photo you saw there was Ed Decker. That's Ethan's father. He played professionally in the league that was the USL's predecessor. He spoke to me yesterday and made note of the fact that he thought about giving the game up before he turned pro. But once he learned of his family's lineage, he didn't want to be the one to ruin it. And now his son Ethan is continuing on that legacy and doing it in style, having earned League One Player of the Month honors in August. A team that has a chance again tonight to move into second place, but they're facing a deficit as they come out of the hydration break. Chattanooga lost today to Greenville. Omaha has 2 games in hand on the Red Wolves and is only down 2 points. They control destiny right now. It's in Vanacore Decker's blood. And it's up to him on the top line to help get the Owls back into this one. He's got 2 goals, 4 assists on the season, drew a penalty that led to another goal. 7 of the team's 11 goals he has factored into in some way or another. Renix applies the pressure back there to Osumanu. Tyler David pressuring Orlando Sinclair. Through ball towards Presley. Too much on it. Nuhu will get set for the goal kick.
Renix and Firm closer together. There you go. Now you can go, Renix. Now you can go. Go ahead, Connor. It's just coming down the line. Right? Coming down the line. Move your feet. Move your feet.
And Danza pressures Vanacore Decker. Clint Pie, but that call was going to go in favor of his side. He was right on top of it. Doesn't get the call. They get the call this time. It looked like Verfurth knocked that one away from N4, but John Freeman's his last touch off N4. Quinones will get us back into play. Maciel, haven't called his name a bunch. Doesn't mean he's not doing his job. He's drawn high praise from PA and opposing coaches throughout the season for his job done in the number 6 role for this Revs 2 side, playing in front of that back line. Shot from distance here, gets in on Nuhu rather quickly. But the Ghanaian keeper makes a save. Kroll can't keep this one in. Clint Pie talked about Maciel being more of a box-to-box midfielder as he projects going forward, but he's really embraced the role for this team as that central defensive midfielder. The language barrier is still an issue for the Brazilian, slowly learning English, and he feels, Clint Pie, that once that language barrier comes down, it'll only help unlock a whole new level to Maciel's game, as well as the communication can increase with his teammates. Heavy challenge here from Quinones. John Freeman not allowing Omaha to play quickly. Seems like he wants to bring in Quinones for a chat. Just a talking to for the 17-year-old. No cards shown. No cards in the game yet. On the right side, Conway gets it from Hausworth. Pushes up against Spalding. Into Hausworth in the box. Mendonça comes in to knock it away and has his legs swept out from underneath him. Take another look at this one. Houseworth had an opportunity, poked away quickly by Mendonça. And it just seemed as Houseworth tried to swing around to knock the ball towards goal. Ball already gone from Mendonça's quick play. All he came up with was the shins of the New England midfielder. Played center back on Wednesday, giving Verfurth the night off. Back into his more natural position tonight. Opportunity coming on a set piece for Revs 2. Presley sends it backside over everybody. And as I was saying before about the language barrier with Maciel, you can actually hear it there on the field mics picking it up. Clint P.A. letting his assistant coach know to give instructions to Maciel. He's got Nicholas Firmino out there with him in the starting 11, who speaks the native tongue. And again, that was one of the main things that PA reiterated as far as Maciel unlocking that next level of his game. As soon as he can communicate more on the field and be more secure in his role. Gets beat now. Pushing forward is Houseworth. Vandercourt Decker end line. Fans want to call. No corner kick either. It's going to be a goal kick. Maciel playing another solid game so far in front of that back line. PA went as far as to say that he has a very bright future in front of him with the MLS side and potentially beyond that. Sky is the limit for the young Brazilian. Chatter between the MLS side, Bruce Arena and Clint PA, always talking about how players are developing, and Maciel, someone who comes up fairly often in conversation. Not hard to see why, as Renix gives pressure here to Nuhu. Another one of those players with the MLS aspirations. Has 6 appearances to his tally. N4 goes forward for the Owls. Again, they use Kroll on the left side. Long run to keep that one in, but he does. Contreras sends the ball in. Rice punches it away. Contreras comes in looking to win the second ball, taken down by Boyce. Again, no call from Freeman. Chipped up towards Firmino. Fans growing restless here at Werner Park. 41st minute of the first half. Joe Malva here with you on ESPN+. Goal in the 11th minute from Justin Renix, who was on the ball there for a moment. The difference right now is Renix looks to send Sinclair down the left side, but too far for the new father. Another look back at that challenge by Boyce as Contreras came in. Caught a lot of Contreras' body. Fell into the box, but it looked like the contact was outside of the box, so no shouts for penalty, but still, it would have been a very dangerous area for a free kick for an Owl side that has done well on set pieces this season. Freeman has a chat with Sinclair. Sent in towards N4. Rice again off his line. N4's had a couple of opportunities just around that 6-yard box. Didn't convert either. They're trying to get the ball into him very often. He's got 1 goal in the season, came against Tormenta. They were down 2-0. His goal made it 2-1. They eventually get the equalizer. Battle back from that 2-goal deficit on the Friday night in South Georgia. N4 now on it, working against Bell. But again, New England does a really good job as a group defending that. Turned a one-on-one opportunity for the Owls into a 1-on-3 numbers advantage defensively. Clint PA talked about being more blue-collar tonight on this smaller field, selling out defensively, doing their jobs. Good cohesion as a defensive unit tonight. That was one more thing that he was unhappy with in that Tucson performance on Wednesday. Again, overall felt that they had a good performance, deserved a result as opposed to a 1-0 loss. But what cost them was not defending as a unit. Looked to be in sync there, thwarting that potential opportunity for N4. This one finds its way to Kroll, or near Kroll, I should say, off the back of Quinones. Verfurth again there to clear it out. Up over 40 clearances now on the season. Well in the lead for this Revs 2 side. And that includes missing a game.
Keep it in front of us. Stay, Devin. Don't go closer. Stay, Sebastian.
90 seconds away from stoppage time. Nice chip by Mendonça to Presley in space. Looking to use his speed to get past Contreras now against Osumanu. Cuts it in the middle. Rennick's already won on his tally tonight. Another shot takes a deflection. And Nuhu will look to spring something quickly the other way with the long, quick punt. But New England defends it well. It's been a while since New England had a dangerous opportunity going forward like that. But much like when they scored in the 11th minute, just something from nothing with the talent they have up there. Perhaps something here for the Owls, but Spalding gets in front of the cross from Hausworth, looking for Vanacore Decker. Conway's shot from distance. Did Rice get a touch to it? He might have had to, and he did. Ever so slightly, and it was enough to get it over the bar and keep this at a 1-0 advantage for Revs 2. Conway almost caught Rice by surprise. On second look, that was always going over the bar, but Rice taking no chances. Into stoppage time now. Brought to you by Dvorak Law Group. Only 1 minute of additional time awarded by John Freeman. CHI Health corner kick sent in near post. Headed out for a goal kick. Conway looked like he was trying to duck down and let that one get past him. But he heads it out for a goal kick. Depending on how much time Joe Rice wants to take on this, it might be the last kick of the half. N4 crashed into by Bell. Freeman was trying to let the advantage play out as Vanacore Decker ran underneath it, but now he brings it back for the foul. We're past the 1 minute awarded. This will likely be the last kick of the half. Or last attack, I should say, as Contreras goes quickly, so it won't be the last kick specifically. Now Contreras sends the ball in. Mendonça sends it away, and that'll do it for the first half. Weren't sure how New England Revolution 2 would look on the smaller field. They didn't have many opportunities, but they made it count. 4 total shots, 2 on target, and 1 that found the back of the net from Justin Rennick's his first goal this season in League One. Some frustration from the Omaha side, going down early for the first time on their home field. Coming off a loss against Chattanooga, Elma N4 had a couple of opportunities in that first half, but the only player that capitalized on an opportunity in this half was Justin Rennick's right here in the 11th minute. He gives New England Revolution 2 the 1-0 lead, and that's how we head into the half. Back in a few moments with the halftime show here on ESPN+.
There is more to explore in the Blackstone District.
It is halftime here at Warner Park, but everybody's still having a grand old time, and we will use this halftime break to look back at some of the best goals we've seen each week throughout the season. Some of those goals scored by the goals leaders in USL League One. Emiliano Terzaghi and Ricky Lopez Espin are in a really tight battle right now, with the Argentine Terzaghi leading the way with 7. Lopez Espin on his heels, and Greg Hurst, he's had an injury, but he's been back to some limited minutes, getting himself back into the race. Shaq Adams, Jake Keegan in good form. Keep an eye on them as well. Jake Keegan's teammate Alex Morel, he got us off and running here in USL League One in 2020, just as he did in 2019 as well. 2 seasons, 2 opening goals scored by Alex Morel, your Week 1 goal of the week. And then in Week 2, Greenville was on the wrong side of the goal of the week. Emiliano Terzaghi gets his first, 6 more after that. And now, one of my favorites of the year, Neil Vignals, Week 3, crossbar and down, 2-0 victory for Tormenta over Orlando City B. The Spaniards scored both in that game, both beauties. This was the better of the 2. Same field, a different week. Ricky Lopez Espin, that one is just confidence, precision, and an incredible goal. It will be in the running for goal of the year as well. Pablo Jara, nothing he could do about that one except tip the cap to Ricky Lopez Espin. Week 5, Ivan Magalhaes, very different than the goal that Lopez Espin scored. A diving header in the box gave Richmond the lead over FC Tucson early, and they would go on to win it 2-1. Edwin Cerrillo gets the goal in Week 6, and we've seen some shots from distance this year. Not quite as far back as Ricky Lopez Espin, but puts the laces through it and gets the goal past Rashid Nuhu against Union Omaha back in Week 6. Union Omaha on the good side of the goal of the week in Week 7. Devin Boyce sneaks around here, curls this one back post. FC Tucson goalkeeper Carlos Morancio can't do anything about that one. Well taken outside of the boot by Devin Boyce. Now into Week 8. Fito Ovalle. First game with Madison this season, and he wasted no time scoring a rocket in a 4-0 trouncing of New England Revolution 2. And then this past week, Fort Lauderdale's Edison Azcona, his first goal, a 2-0 victory at home over Orlando. Beautiful first touch, curls it backside. Absolutely nothing can be done when you place a ball where he just placed it. A lot of great goals this season. Might we see a goal of the week candidate in the second half of this one between Union Omaha and New England Revolution 2? Back in a few moments with news and notes from around USL League One.
The town. A world-class city where it's not just about where you're going,
but it's also where you come from. See, here, there's always room at the top.
where sky's the limit.
But roots help keep you grounded. And this is town business. If you know, you know. Some might say it's rough around the edges,
But we all know that the flavors are in the margins. It's a family affair out here.
it's all eyes on we.
Hold it down for the people holding you up. These things matter to us.
It is let's go Oakland over and over and over again, where East Oakland and West Oakland meet.
Show the town love.
And the town will love you back. Oakland, forever.
The United Soccer League and its 47th championship in League One clubs stand united in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. Together, we can make a difference. Together, we can create change. Together, we are united against racism.
Joe Malfa back here with you from Warner Park. Union Omaha will be facing off again at home on Saturday, September 26th against the Richmond Kickers. If you haven't purchased your tickets yet, please visit tickets.unionomaha.com. This place looks like a grand old time. Make sure you get out here for an Owls game. And they're trailing right now by 1. More on that in a bit as we take a quick look around USL with some news and notes. We'll start in USL Championship. And if that video you just saw moments ago about the Oakland Roosters doesn't get you fired up about them joining the league, I don't know what will. Really excited to see that franchise get up off the ground in 2021. John Milleracey promoted at Tormenta from head coach to technical director. Ian Cameron stepping into the coaching. They are at halftime against Fort Lauderdale CF, who possess the player of the week in Sammy Gadiri. This week, 83% passing, got an assist from the back and a 2-0 victory. We'll take a look at the scoreboard from around the league. Earlier today, you saw Greenville doing the Greenville special, really. 1-0 victory over Chattanooga. Those 1-0 victories racking up throughout the season. Fort Lauderdale and Tormenta, as I mentioned a moment ago, tied 1-1 at the half. Goals from Edison Ascona for Fort Lauderdale and Curtis Thorne for South Georgia Tormenta. Plenty of action around USL League One coming up as well this week. We've got a double header on Wednesday for you, and then a game on Friday, followed by a loaded Saturday that gets started early. 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central between Orlando City B and New England Revolution 2. Plenty coming at you on ESPN Plus in USL League One. Plenty more to come here from Warner Park in Omaha. The kids are having a good time on the carousel. The fans, well, they'd like to be having a better time. Right now, their side trailing New England Revolution 2 by 1 at the half. Coming back with highlights and stats in a few moments.
At Centris Federal Credit Union, our members have trusted us with their finances since 1934, from checking and savings accounts to mortgage and auto loans. We're helping members build savings, borrow wisely, and tackle life's adventures. This is who we are now and who we've always been. And with an easy-to-use mobile banking app and access to over 80,000 surcharge-free ATMs, staying connected to accounts has never been better. Learn more at centrisfcu.org.
moments away from kick here in the second half between Union Omaha and New England Revolution 2. Joe Malfa here with you on ESPN+. Let's take a look at how we got here after the first half of action with the highlights brought to you by Bellevue University. Opportunities early on for Union Omaha. Started in the box with Elma Enfor. Golden chance right in front of Joe Rice. Heads it up and over the goal, over the outfield wall. Wouldn't be his only opportunity from that area on a cross. One really great opportunity for the Revs, and they made it count. Renix in the box alone. Everybody looking around thinking the flag was going to pop up. Even I thought the flag was going to pop up, but he timed his run perfectly. Alone on Nuhu, takes the shot. His second professional goal, his first for Revs 2 in USL League 1. Another chance later in the half. It's Bell heading it on top of the netting, a chance to double their lead. Goes by the wayside. Might those come back to haunt Revs 2 as this second half is set to begin. Mentioned there were more chances for Omaha, especially for Elma Enfor. Same area, but again, same result. Heads it up and over the goal. Opportunities wasted for the Owls. Vanacore Decker created some space past Quinones, but a good job by Verfurth to close out and force that shot well wide. Closer look as the captain Verfurth sprung out there to meet Vanacore Decker. We'll take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Owls. They host the Richmond Kickers next week. Richmond is out this weekend after their game was postponed against Orlando City B due to positive COVID tests. And Union Omaha goes on the road for 3 out of 4. A tough stretch coming up. At Fort Lauderdale, home to South Georgia, then 2 on the road against Madison and Greenville. We're nearing the end of the season. You see the bottom of this 5-game upcoming stretch. It's already 10-18. The season ends the following week as we come down the stretch here in USL League 1. And we're set to begin the second half here from Warner Park. One substitution for the Owls. Devin Boyce checked out. Elvir Ibishevich checked in. Second half begins from Warner Park. Looked like a handball against Sinclair, missed by Freeman. Spalding in tight quarters, working on Conway. He thought he was going to get a foul call, but again, no whistle from Freeman. Letting them play down the wing to begin this second half. First half stats brought to you by Bellevue University. 4 shots for Omaha, 5 for the Revs. 1 on target for Omaha, 3 on target for the Revs. 1-0 the Revs lead. Possession fairly even, 55-45 in favor of the Owls. Only 2 corners taken in the half, both by Union Omaha. Pretty evenly contested first half, but Revs 2 able to make their golden opportunity count, while the Owls squandered a couple of them. Advantage played here as Presley presses forward for Revs 2. Into Firmino, tries to center it. Does center it. Houseworth clears. Second effort there from Firmino down the wing. And now a quick counterattack the other way for the Owls. Vanacore Decker leads the charge. Tries to curl that one up towards Enfor. Ibishevich gets it, top of the box. He's taken down, no call. Contreras cuts it to his right foot, finds Conway in space. Left-footed shot, he stumbles. You saw a big chunk of the grass come up as he took that shot. Hectic action. 2 minutes into this half. Omaha can't capitalize. Nice turn by Vanacore Decker. Chips it to Ibishevich. Kroll sends it across. Headed away by Quinones. Omaha came into this tied for 7th in the league with 11 goals. New England dead last with just 6. And the Revs dead last in goals allowed as well with 18, compared to just 9 allowed for Union Omaha. It's been the Revs who got the goal and the Revs who have played the better defensively. Full allotment of subs for New England. The only substitution made at the halftime interval. Ibišević in, Boyce out. Chip towards Sinclair in space. Flag is late to come up, but it does come up on the Costa Rican striker. Omaha has come out of the locker room with more of a sense of urgency. You can see it. Pressing forward, fighting more for every second ball. Position that they weren't in fairly often through the first 8 games. Excuse me, through the first 7 games, but the last 2 games down at halftime. First time they battled back for a 2-2 draw. Last time they lost 2-0. And Decker goes down and he gets the call from Freeman. Perfect opportunity here on the free kick for the Owls. If you could pick a spot on the field to set up a free kick, I don't know that you could pick a better one than this. Close enough where it's well within striking distance, far enough from the top of the box and from the goal where you have time to get it up and over the wall, but down in time to get it under the bar. Will it be Contreras, Kroll? 3 Owls standing over it as Rice sets his wall. Vanacore Decker standing over it as well with Contreras. It is Vanacore Decker through the wall on goal, saved by Rice. Another look at this one. Just all power from Vanacore Decker. Big save from Rice. Left the big rebound, but steered it away from Kroll and Conway. Sets up a CHI Health corner kick for the Owls. Sent in again by Vanacore Decker. High to the backside, headed towards goal by Kroll. I don't think that's the service Vanacore Decker wanted after he kicked it. Again, it seemed like a big chunk of grass came up in that corner, and he kind of pointed down at it. Long ball up towards Presley. Nuhu edge of his box. Makes the grab in front of those 2 white jerseys of Presley and Renix. It's been a bit since Vanacore Decker has gotten on the score sheet, at least by his standards, in the month of August that he had, that earned him Player of the Month honors. Nearly leveled on the free kick. Omaha will have to regroup. Tyler David dropping a bit deeper. Gets it out wide, and now inside to N4. Edge of the box, into the box, he goes down. Quinones hands on him. No call from Freeman. N4 can't believe it. Spalding takes it the other way. Awney cuts him off. Settled by Firmino. Picks his head up in space. Weaving through traffic. Chips it into the box. Taken down. And it's going to be a free kick for the Revs. Edge of the box. Saw a good chance for them. Excuse me, a good chance for the Owls on a free kick a moment ago. Now it's the Revs' turn, and we'll take a quick look back at that play at the edge of the box. N4 and Quinones. Not a lot of contact there. Freeman waves it on.
Right there in the space.
19-year-old Brazilian Nicolas Firmino stands over this one. leads the team in chances created, but he only has 1 goal on the season. Perhaps an opportunity here to double that tally. Spalding now joins him. Rashid Nuhu has his wall positioned as he likes it. Firmino and Spalding. It's Firmino, curled backside, incredible! Whistle waved off from Freeman. I'm not sure what the call was for. Offside is what he's calling, I believe. I'm not sure what the call was from Freeman, but it negates a world-class free kick taken by Nicholas Firmino. Kisses the crossbar down over a diving Nuhu. Not sure what the call was from Freeman, but it takes away a goal from Revs 2. The signal was for offsides, and he was pointing to Renix. Renix was on the backside in an onside position. Not sure what the ruling was. Clint P.A. seemed to want an explanation as well on the New England bench. Being told the official word is obstruction called against Renix. Firmino out to Sinclair. In towards Firmino. Cleared away by Tyler David. Flicked on by Ibišević. And for pressuring Rice. Goalkeeper calmly touches it out to Bell. John Freeman called obstruction on that free kick. We'll see if we can get one more look at it. The call went against Renix. Not in your picture here. Comes in your picture late on the right side. I'm not sure what that was there. That's going to be a tough one for Freeman if he ever gets to take a look back at it. Takes a goal off the board for Revs 2. It probably robs us of what surely would have been the USL League One goal of the week. You saw that package of the first 9 weeks. Goal of the week winners at halftime. This one would have probably been the winner for the 10th week. Crucial, though, now for Revs 2 not to dwell on that and allow Omaha to rebound with a goal of their own. Flag comes up on Renix. Started in an offside position, even though he received it in an onside position. And of course, Decker picks his head up, sends it into the box. John Bell clears. The UMBC product, 38th overall pick in this past MLS draft by San Jose. John Bell signed July 14th by Revs 2. He's grown into a prominent role. Foul here goes against Sinclair with the shove in the back down in the corner. And for the first time tonight, Freeman goes to his pocket. Yellow card issued. Take a look at the replay. Sinclair has committed a couple of fouls tonight. Already had one talking to from Freeman. And this one was enough to finally go into the book. Flag goes up again on Renix. They just play advantage as Omaha came away with the ball. Chested by Vanacore-Decker into space. Sends it in the middle for Firth. Nearly conceded the corner. Bell saves him. Mendonça gets it further. And Sinclair gets it all the way away from the danger area. Chested down well on the wing. Kroll pushes forward on Quinones. The young right back does a good job of deflecting that. Putting a stop to that opportunity for the Owls. Renix and Firmino not on the same page with that one. Jay Mims up out of the chair. Walking around his technical area now. Intensity of this match picking up as we're near the hour mark. Owls trailing by 1. 8 matches unbeaten to begin the season, though coming off of a loss Tuesday against Chattanooga. Trying to prevent a losing streak from forming. They've yet to lose at home. This is their first deficit faced on this field this season.
Hey, just get behind the ball.
Vanacore-Decker, fronted by Spalding, back to Contreras. Conway spins around a couple times, finds Vanacore-Decker, working on Spalding. End line, into the box, more contact. Didn't hear a whistle from Freeman. Play continues, and now a heavy challenge in from David. Yellow card to Tyler David. This game's starting to really get out of control a bit. Another look at what started this whole thing. Vanacore-Decker and Spalding going at it. If anything, I thought that would have been a foul on Vanacore-Decker. And the heavy challenge from Tyler David elicits the yellow card from John Freeman. Sinclair and David, the 2 players in the book, 1 each for Revs 2 and Union Omaha. Firmino working on David. Finds Mendonça, shot from distance. Nuhu diving save at his post. Mendonça hit the post on a shot from outside the box on Wednesday night. Spalding wisely lets this one run by into some space. Now he has to play out of the corner. Maciel, Sinclair, nice give and go. Vanacore-Decker pressures, wins it back. Contreras with it, chips it, and stumbled as he was set to make that run into the box. See the attacks there for the Owls, but just not in sync in the final third. Enduring quite the goalless drought right now as well. Firmino working on Houseworth, a few step overs. Turn back. Spalding chips it backside. Renix way into position underneath it and headed away. Mendonça gathers. In tight traffic, takes a shot. Nuhu makes another save on a shot from distance by Mendonça. Thiago Mendonça, the Portuguese midfielder. Now it's end for the other way. Very quickly in space, gets it to Ibišević. Nobody there with him. This spell of play showing you just how quickly things could pick up on this smaller field. Mims, the assist to Conway, chipped it up to him to get it in quicker, and a handball by Sinclair. Sets up the Owls with a free kick. Don't miss a minute of action in 2020. Sign up today and get alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for Union Omaha and then click the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores, plus get reminders on Union Omaha's next match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow for your club. Take a look back at that last shot from Mendonça. This one with his left foot. With the same result. Save by Nuhu. Hausworth on the ground. Trainer out to look at him as he holds his left hamstring. See if we can see where Hausworth went down. After that handball, you see him bottom left corner of your screen. He's holding that left leg of his, having a word with the bench, and then he just sits down. Being told J.P. Skeers will be checking in for Luke Hausworth. This would be another tough loss for the Owls. Already down their left back in Dami Villadare for a bit with a broken rib. Now they're right back, Luke Hausworth. Seems to be nursing a hamstring as he goes to the bench. J.P. Skeers checks in. He's already scored 1 goal with his head this season. Verity Sosa checks in as well for the Owls. Kroll sends it across on the free kick. Ball loose in the box. Aouni gets it back to Contreras. Backside cross. Vanacore Decker tried something incredible on the volley, but skies it into the crowd. Another look at the shot from Vanacore Decker. Wasn't really much he could do with that one. Did the best he could. Just got underneath it. Some housekeeping to finish up that substitution. Verity Sosa, who's giving chase now, came in for Tyler David. This one sent near post. Nuhu out to it. Long punt. Abishevic and 4 back there. And a chance to get a long throw in for the Owls. Again, Verity Sosa in. Tyler David out. J.P. Skeers in. Luke Hausworth out. 2 subs for the Owls. Skeers newly into this one. Goes out left for Kroll. Skeers gets it back. Floats one. Backside of the box. Collision there between Vanacore Decker and Spalding. Just be a goal kick as Freeman comes into your picture. Both guys went up for it. 67th minute at Warner Park. Joe Malfa here with you on ESPN+. 3 points for Union Omaha would get them back into second place. 1 point would keep them a point back of the Chattanooga Red Wolves. Omaha does have a game in hand. Committing numbers forward here in the second half as they search for that goal. They've had opportunities. They're maybe fortunate not to be down 2-0 after a world-class free kick by Nicholas Firmino that was called off for what seemed to be a phantom obstruction call by John Freeman. Verity Sosa scored the equalizer last Friday against South Georgia Tormenta. End line, gets it in the middle and 4. Third opportunity from right around the 6-yard box. Third time he sent it over the goal. Union Omaha led the league coming into tonight with 134 shots. Got 8 so far. Well below their per game average as Firmino flicks on. Last time they were home, Omaha recorded 20 shots. Presley wisely leaves it in an offside position. Nuhu will gather. Quadruple header here in League One on this Saturday. Greenville beat Chattanooga 1-0 earlier today. 2 other games going on right now. More on that in a second. Vanacore Decker picks up his head, takes a shot. Joe Rice there to make the save again. Vanacore Decker has had a couple of opportunities from distance, but Joe Rice up to the task each time. Didn't have to move much for that one, right at his chest. FC Tucson on the road against North Texas. That game 0-0. South Georgia Tormenta FC up 2-1 on Fort Lauderdale CF in Fort Lauderdale. Flag goes up on Presley. There was supposed to be a 5th game today for a quintuple header. That's the Richmond-Orlando City B game that has now been pushed back due to a positive COVID test in the OCB organization. Revs making a sub. Damian Tico Rivera checks in for Orlando Sinclair.
Get to the ball! Connor! Come on, Tico.
3 subs made by the Owls, 1 change made by the men in white tonight. For Revs 2, Contreras tries chipping it into the box, shouts for handball as Mendonça defended. Contreras now knocks it out for a throw. On the road, can't watch the match, turn on Sirius XM FC, North America's only 24/7 source of soccer radio, featuring Ray Hudson, Tony Miola, and Rodney Marsh. Fans of the USL can now listen to the best matches of the week, along with action from MLS, the Premier League, and the UEFA Champions League. Sirius XM FC, channel 157 on your Sirius XM radio and the Sirius XM app. You catch the League One final come Halloween on Sirius XM FC. Omaha hopes to be there, hoping to secure 3 points tonight against the last place Revs 2 side entering Warner Park for the first time. As we mentioned earlier on, this Revs 2 side might be in last, but by no means are they a doormat here in USL League One. Their lone win came against first place Greenville. They tied Omaha once. They tied North Texas once. Now looking to see this victory added to their tally this year. Just over 20 minutes remaining, factoring in stoppage time. Opportunity for the Owls to equalize on this CHI Health corner kick. Jake Kroll stands over it. Ethan Vanacore Decker stands alone, top of the box, waiting for it. Ball loose. Ricochets off a couple of players and then dealt with at the back post. Erdi Souza gets it from Ilal Osumanu. Sent up to Kroll. Ball sent in backside. Vanacore Decker centers it. Ryan Spalding doesn't let it get past him. Renix checks in deep for this one, taken down by Contreras. Another look at the foul committed by Contreras on Renix. Contreras trying to win it back. Firmino finds Mendonça. Looking for Quinones on the wing. Long ball towards N4, but too long. Rice will wait for the forward to close in on him before picking it up. Some stirring down there on the Omaha bench. 2 more subs at Jay Mims' disposal. Verdi Souza chips forward. And Decker in space working on Bell. Renix making a very deep run, helping back. Commits the foul. Been playing as their lone striker tonight for Revs 2. Checking in very deep now to help defensively. But a bit too zealous. And a chance for Omaha. Free kick in a dangerous area. Jake Kroll being summoned to take the free kick on the near side. Another substitution incoming here for the Owls. Sebastian Contreras out, Dalton Knutson in. Interesting substitution at this stage of the game for the Owls. Defender in for an attacking midfielder. This might mean they are pushing Verdi Souza up into a winger role, either him or Kroll. Kroll stands over it now. Sends it in, backside, but curled well over everything. When chasing a goal against Tormenta already once this season, we saw Omaha commit more numbers forward, switch to 3 at the back. Nice interchange between Skierce, Conway, and Souza. Switch of the field, out to the left side. Vanacore Decker, top of the box. He takes another shot from distance. This time Rice doesn't even have to make a save. It goes by the left post. That will take us into our second half hydration break, brought to you by Nebraska Medicine. A lot to be discussed on the bench for Jay Mims, as New England Revolution 2 are a quarter hour away from securing an impressive victory on the road against Union Omaha. Take a look back at the goal that is the difference maker right now. Justin Renix, 11th minute. The guys at the back slowed down for Omaha. You can see Ilalo Shumanu at the end put his hand up right there, looking over his shoulder, waiting for that flag to come up, but a well-timed run by Renix, and he slots it calmly past Nuhu. Here's where things got weird. Perfect free kick taken by Firmino before the celebration can really get going. Call of obstruction, and we never really saw it. Unfortunate for New England Revolution 2. Jay Mims and company, they catch a break. Mims found the camera. Take a look at the standings here in USL League One. Greenville goes further of the pack with a win over Chattanooga today. 7 points clear of the Red Wolves. They're even on games. Omaha, 2 games in hand on both. 2 points behind the Red Wolves. A distant 9 from Greenville. Revs 2 at the bottom, but their lone win came against Greenville. And what a statement that would be to get their second win of the season and do it against Union Omaha. Their 2 wins on the year would be against the first and third place teams. Justin Renix wasn't 90-minute fit Wednesday night against FC Tucson as they look to work him into the mix. Still going strong here in the 77th. His goal the difference right now. 6th homegrown signing in New England Revolution history. 4 years, 38 goals, 25 assists in roughly 100 games at the academy level in the New England Revolution organization. Now doing it for the League One side. Conway takes the ball away from Spalding. Tries to flick it on to Souza, but Spalding there to knock it away. This is going to be an interesting sprint to the finish in the last quarter hour. Game has been opening up both ways. A lot of opportunities for Omaha to push forward. The back line for Revs 2 has held strong. Answering the call from Clint P.A. has this back line defending well as a unit. Some more blue-collar play is the term he used. Working hard for those second balls. Not losing focus. So far through 78 minutes, they haven't had that lapse. Elma Enfor working on Bell. Top of the box, Vanacore Decker again trying his luck from distance. But unlucky so far, 0 for 4 on shots from outside of the box as he looks to level. Revs 2. At times this year, I've liked to play out of the back on goal kicks. They've gone long each time tonight. Trying to keep their back line away from being under pressure on this shorter field. Rivera dispossesses Enfor. And the substitute for Revs 2 pushes up the wing, but he can't get the ball into Firmino. Skiers sprays out wide. Kroll takes his space. Kroll sends it towards the box. Enfor takes it down. Ibišević can't get a good foot to it on the volley. Substitution incoming for the Owls. They've made 4. This will be their 5th and final with 10 minutes to go. Austin Pancho set to check in. That will do it for Elma Enfor. Pancho in, Enfor out. Pancho, a teammate at Indiana with Justin Rennicks, who scored the goal for Revs 2. Jay Mims hoping his own Hoosier can equalize with a late substitution. Firmino flicks on. Ferdy Souza under pressure by Rennicks. Still 4 subs can be made by Clint P.A. for New England. Skiers comes flying in, wins the throw. Mims, you can see the energy from this head coach. Out of his technical area, throws the ball to his player, springs the attack. Out wide, shot, deflects out for a corner as Kroll had eyes for goal. Another CHI Health corner kick for the Owls. The tally rising on these corner kicks. This their 5th. Pancho, the substitute, will venture out there to take it. Does some groundskeeping work. Sent in, backside. Whistles. Whistles stopped the play. Ball ended up in the back of the net. There were whistles from John Freeman. Omaha unhappy. Good ball sent in. Rivera helped out the Owls by keeping that in, and the foul's going to go against Auni for crashing into Joe Rice. Omaha thought they equalized. Jay Mims wants to make sure the proper time added for this interval. Someone set off a smoke flare down in the Parliament end for Union Omaha, thinking that they had equalized on that, but a little bit too quick on the trigger, and now this Owl side still has to figure out how to search for that equalizing goal as the Parliament looks on through the white smoke. They've yet to see their side lose at home. They've once seen them lose, period. Factoring in stoppage time, about a dozen minutes from seeing it happen again. And an opportunity now for Revs 2 to try to take another goal for some insurance. And that smoke working against the Owl fans right now. It's clouding the vision of Nuhu in goal. And he'll have to deal with a free kick from the edge of the area. Spalding taken down at the edge of the box by Conway. Not much there. And now through the smoke, Nuhu will have to deal with another free kick. Nicholas Firmino stands over it. He scored one already, so he thought. And now it seems like all the Revs players are just getting out of the way, not giving John Freeman any chance to call obstruction again. Firmino stands over it. Can he duplicate what he did earlier? He tries to, but this one well high up into the Parliament. Smoke has begun to clear from in front of Nuhu. Ball sent back onto the field by a fan. Played to Ferdy Souza on the ground. And Decker turns down the wing. Has the overlapping run from Souza. Gives it to him. Good challenge put in by Rivera, and it came off of Souza last. Well done from Tico Rivera. 17-year-old product of the Revolution Academy. He was the 7th player to sign a homegrown for the Revs just after Justin Rennicks signed his. And again, Rennicks' goal the difference right now. 1-0 Revs. Flicked on by Vanacore Decker. Conway in space, taken down by Verfurth. Advantage played. Poncho gets it wide. Kroll ventures in. Wrong side of the netting. Well orchestrated attack by the Owls, taking advantage of the advantage being played by Freeman after that collision. Poncho got it to Kroll. Good strike. Looking for the roof up in that top corner. Wrong side of the post. 4.5 left of the 90. Omaha committing everything forward at this point. Poncho. Kroll again there with him on that left side, but Poncho goes back. Knutson looks over his shoulder. Uses that big frame of his to keep possession. Now it's with Souza on the right side. Black jerseys forward, calling for it. In the box, Poncho, left foot, shot! Trickles just wide. Owls doing everything they can right now, but the goalless drought continues. Last goal came in the 81st minute on the road against South Georgia Tormenta FC last Friday. Lost 2-0 to Chattanooga on Tuesday, and in danger of losing 1-0 to New England tonight. Would be their first home defeat here at Warner Park. They've had a knack for scoring late goals, though, this season. Can they find another? Poncho's cross sent away. Skiers keeps it alive. Rivera slides in, puts it away. Rennicks is about to engage in a foot race with Osumanu. Late foul call by Freeman. Both bodies down. I'm not sure who it goes against. I think it's against Skeers. And a free kick incoming for New England. That is the case. Yellow goes against Skeers. Union Omaha has 2 late game winning goals this year, 2 late game tying goals this year. Four times they've scored in the final 20 minutes of a match to either go ahead or equalize. Rivera still down after that challenge by Skeers. Michael Sekulius was up and ready at the halfway line. Michael Sekulius waiting to see who he's checking in for. It was supposed to be for Connor Presley, but they're waiting to see now if Tico Rivera can continue first. Looks like he got the thumbs up, so it will be Presley coming out for Sekulius. In the 90th minute, stoppage time might be plentiful. We've seen a few different injuries and stoppages here in this half. Be told it's going to be 5 minutes of stoppage time. Wait for the confirmation on the board from the fourth official in a moment. Heavy challenge by Vanacore Decker on Firmino, and then a shove from Conway on Spalding. Things getting really chippy in the end. Red card shown straight away to Vanacore Decker. Vanacore Decker can't believe it. Freeman shows a red card. Went right to the back pocket. Vanacore Decker is off, and he'll miss the next match as well for the Owls. Take another look at this one. Heavy challenge from Vanacore Decker. John Freeman goes for the back pocket. Vanacore Decker's off. Union Omaha will have to go the rest of the way. Down a man. Down a goal, down a man. Freeman directing Vanacore Decker off. We're into the Dvorak Law Group stoppage time, which was supposed to be 5 minutes. It'll probably be more now. Vanacore Decker being ushered out by security. Still lingering over there on the sideline for the Owls. Jay Mims arguing with Freeman, pointing at his watch. More time will likely be added after this. Vanacore Decker incensed after the red card. If I could make out what was being said down on the sideline from what our microphones picked up, John Freeman was saying we'll play 5 more minutes from when we restart. With that in mind, we'll be going to roughly 97 on your clock. Poncho pushing forward for the Owls. Down a man, down a goal. Collision, top of the box, no call. Revs 2 look to counter. Rennick slows it down. Now he'll try to thread one through. Verity Souza in space on the right side. Rennick's back to defend. Ball sent in, backside headed up and over by Verfurth. It'll be a corner kick for the Owls, brought to you by CHI Health. Time running out to avoid suffering their first home defeat in franchise history. They've given this crowd a lot to cheer about so far this year on this field. Do they have something more to give? Ball sent in by Poncho, headed away by Mendonça. Souza looking to send a ball back in to the backside. Acrobatic play, headed in the middle, ball loose. Cleared away by Verfurth. It was Oni who came flying in at the backside. Omaha down a man, Vanacore Decker, their top player offensively, was shown the red by Freeman on the sideline a few moments ago. Take another look at this opportunity. Oni came flying in. Header by Conway, ball was loose, cleared by Verfurth. Flag went up on Firmino. Quickly played by Souza. Ibišević tried to turn on Bell. Rice will wait for some pressure. Take some more time off the clock. Again, from what we could overhear from the microphones on the field, when John Freeman was over discussing things with Jay Mims, he said 5 additional minutes would be played from whenever we start, because that red card and ensuing player on the ground injured stoppage came right at 90 minutes. So Freeman said 5 minutes from when we restart. They restarted with about 92:10 on the clock. Another sub coming in a moment for Revs 2. Next stoppage. Got about 2 minutes to play. Heavy touch from Ani, wins it back from Spalding. Takes a deflection on the cross attempt in, and Mendonça just deals with it. Long ball backside again, nobody there. You can hear Clint P.A. shouting, "That's time," but not factoring in the extra 2 minutes that came off the clock after the red card and initial injury. About 60 seconds remaining, you'd figure. But it's up to John Freeman, the man in neon green with the whistle. 1-0 lead for Revs 2. Justin Rennick's the goal in the 11th minute. Revs 2 side, bottom of the table. Omaha in third, 2 points back of second with 2 games in hand on Chattanooga. If this result holds, they'll remain in third, and Revs 2 would climb out of the cellar. In impressive fashion as well. Their 2 wins would be against first place Greenville and third place Omaha. Mael Malongo checked in for Renix during that last stoppage as they look to defend. Shot from Poncho. Rice on top of it. Rice sends it long at the liberty of Freeman. Not sure how much, if any, is left in this one. Nuhu goes long. Last-ditch effort for the Owls. Verfurth heads it away. Out for a corner kick. Will Freeman allow it? Last kick of the ball, surely, here in this one. Conway out there, last CHI Health corner kick of the game. Fans on their feet here at Werner Park. Ball sent in, headed away Already So's at top of the box. Lines it up. On his right foot. Still loose. Spalding clears. Headed forward. Cleared away by Spalding. Firmino in space with Malongo. Can they ice this one? 3-on-1. Firmino takes it himself. That'll do it. Nicholas Firmino's second goal of the season. It'll be a 2-0 win for New England Revolution 2. Stunning Union Omaha on the road. A goal taken off Firmino's tally earlier on an incredible free kick for an obstruction call near the wall. This one's not coming back. Impressive victory here on this Saturday evening for New England Revolution 2. Clint P.A. and his boys are going to get the 3 points. Not the Owls' night. Whistle for the restart by Freeman. Whistle to end it. New England Revolution 2, score 2. Union Omaha can't find the back of the net. And for the second game in a row, the Owls lose by a 2-0 scoreline. They began the season with 8 unbeaten. Now they've dropped 2 in a row. Jay Mims talked about starting a new streak. But it's a losing streak right now for the Owls as they have to regroup. A big clash ahead next week on this field against the Richmond Kickers. It'll be 3rd place versus 4th place. The old college teammates, Justin Renix, Austin Poncho, greeting each other after the game. Renix, the goal scorer for Revs 2, the difference in this one for the 1-0 victory. Both wins this season for New England, impressive. Over the 1st place Greenville Triumph, now over the 3rd place Union Omaha. Only the 2nd game for Renix in League 1, and he gets the difference-making goal. Your man of the match, brought to you by Bellevue University for Union Omaha, is Jake Kroll. The attacks that were dangerous from this team came down his left side, putting crosses in. Had a shot that nearly leveled things late in the game, but just caught the wrong side of the post. 2-0 victory for New England Revolution 2. Back in a few moments with final highlights and stats here from Warner Park.
There you go. Thank you. So where did you even start?
Nebraska Medicine.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
He's home now. They implanted this tiny device where they can monitor his heart from anywhere.
I have some good news. Cancer's in remission. CAR T cells work.
Oh my God, amazing. They actually removed the clot that was causing Marie's stroke. She's doing great.
No matter what it is, without question, they are our go-to.
Your connection to the state's most comprehensive care. Nebraska Medicine.
Surprising result from Omaha. New England Revolution 2 win by a 2-0 scoreline over Union Omaha. Joe Malfa still here with you on ESPN+. Justin Renix scored the winner in the 11th minute. We'll take a look back now at the highlights. Brought to you by Bellevue University. In the 11th minute, as I mentioned, it was Renix slotting one past Rashid Nuhu. You could see Ilalo Sumanu right there looking over his shoulder, waiting for the offside flag that never came. And New England would not look back. Opportunities in this game for Union Omaha. Ethan Manicourt-Decker had a few of them. This one of his best on the free kick, saved by Joe Rice. Things got weird. Firmino scored a beautiful curling free kick. Called back for an obstruction call that we never really found. Take another look. There's nothing really there. But Firmino would come back later and get his second. This one of the best chances down the stretch for the Owls. Jake Kroll in space, left side, first time shot. You could see all the fans leap up in the background. They thought that was the equalizer, but the wrong side of the netting. Remained 1-0 in favor of the Revs. They were up a goal, and right here they'd go up a man. Ethan Manicourt-Decker shown red by Freeman. The Owls would try to come back, down a goal, down a man, but they would not. Last kick of the ball, it was Nicholas Firmino who got that goal back that was taken away from him earlier to win this one 2-0. Union Omaha will be facing off again at home on Saturday, September 26th against the Richmond Kickers. If you haven't purchased your tickets yet, please visit tickets.unionomaha.com as they will look to respond from this 2-0 loss, a pair of 2-0 losses in a row for Union Omaha, this one at the hands of New England Revolution 2. For all our crew, I'm Joe Malfa signing off here on ESPN+. Thanks for tuning in this evening after another loaded week of action here in USL League One. Go catch the second half of North Texas FC Tucson right now, and have a good night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.